Okay, let's have a look at this Defiant. They are lovely, iconic locks, I think. The Squire Defiant. Take the key out there so you can have a look. Squire Defiant. Very recognisable by this sword on the front. Now, the thing about these is that I think they're actually more expensive now to buy a second-hand one than it was to buy one new. You see ones are really beaten up. Probably not even in this condition, or some like this, but someone just took a bit of shine to them, shined them up a bit. They put them up there for about 40-50 quid. They're so expensive. And I don't know why. I mean, I suppose they don't make them anymore. That's probably the one main reason. And they are quite collectible. Really, really quite heavy, solid, sturdy locks. Let's open it up. We'll look at the bit in the key. First and foremost, you'll notice as soon as I turn the key, see it jump like that. Right now, if I can try, you won't be able to throw the shackle, you won't be able to throw the key back until you actually push it down, because there's an actual actuator bar in there. But things to remember while you're picking these, and a few people get a bit stumped by them. Let's have a look. This is what you're looking at. Okay, so you can see the first, ignore the very, very first thing, it's not a lever. So see your three there. They're your first three levers. Then there's the solid bar. Now that solid bar is an actuator point for that. So it pushes down on that, so the rest of the bolt can move across. And then behind that solid bar, you'll see another two. So when you're going through and you're counting, you need to be counting 1, 2, 3, solid bar. Go right to the back if you have to and hit the back. It'll be solid again. And then you'll feel another 2. So it's 3 bar 2. 3 bar 2, 3 bar 2, then you'll know that you're hitting every single lever. It is so important that you count them as you go through. And with, turn my torch off, with the Defiant, you tend to have to go over and over and over and over and over and over again. It becomes a bit repetitious. So look, turn that up. So it won't let me turn the key until I push that down. Okay. So they're all locked up. So you always know if it pops like that, you won't be able to shut it until you push that down. And this is a bit of a tricky one. As you can see, the bitting is all over the bloody place. So it's a bit of a tricky bugger to get through. And they do take a bit of time, you know. It's one of the few ones that, you know, there's no false notches in here at all. But it's a fact that they're a little bit sticky, some of the levers, and you have to keep going over and over and over them again, and you can get them all to that true gate. They don't like being picked, basically. Now we use the old magic elastic band just to keep that out of my way because it drives me nuts. Okay, so there we go. We're going to use the pin typed. Remember we talked about pin, and a few comments on that gauge. There we go. We're around there the week. So we'll have a look. So we'll see what this actual bar is. Now it might not be exact because we've got what's closest to 4mm have we got? 4.1. There you go. And that's how you test them. So this is an actual 4mm bar, and that's what that gauge part is for. We're testing keys. There's a little bit of slot. There's the 1mm. So 8 gauge, 4.1. Brilliant little tool. I'd love to collect more of them. Probably some of my little collector's list. I've got into those key gauges now, and I do find them quite fascinating. Also, we're going to use, it's the thicker one. It's the 1.57 or 1.6 or 16 SWG. Depends where you get your wire from. Always get decent quality stuff. You know, the more spring steel in it, the less flex you're going to get. And it's quite a short one. There you go, against my thumb, and I've got a huge thumb. It's nowhere near. It's probably only about, I don't know, what's that, 5-6mm. Not very long at all, because the levers don't need a massive height. And when you are making wires, there's a little point to remember is get the key. If you have a key, right, you always want to be, remember that tool's slightly flattened off, so you're going to be sitting about there. You want to be just above, not massively, just above your bitting itself. If that's all the way up there, then it's going to be too long. And if it's slowly all the way down there, you're going to be slightly short and you're going to be missing them. So you want to get your wire to match or just slightly over the bitting of the particular lock that you're picking. Because don't always just pick by brands. You're picking bitting. It doesn't matter what the lock's called. It's what's inside it that makes the difference between you opening and not. And getting the wire at the right length is important. And of course, the right thickness. So you've got to make sure that your wire is going to get in between every single stage of what you need to lift up. Yeah, that's the way that works. So, we'll go through that. Just spinning my eye around. I'm going to drop him in. Make sure he's all the way in first. Always do that. Make sure you can feel you're at the back. So like I said, we'll go right to the front. It's solid. Remember that little bar that we saw? It's the internal plate. Solid. And then you go forward a little bit. Not yet. Forward a little bit more. Forward a little bit more. There. See? Just on the first one. I know there's 3. 2, 3. Now I'm going to go back, keep going at solid bar. 1, 2, 3. Now underneath, I've sort of dipped my wire down a little bit. I'll move this down a little bit so you can see. There we go. Dip my wire down a little bit because I've got to go underneath that bar and to the back. Solid back wall, don't want that. I want to go forward and there. A solid wall there. Solid wall there. He's up already. See, he's actually up. I've set him already. And the one next to it. I'm just going to go backwards. You have to keep nudging them so they can start to go solid. Oh, you drop one now. See, that's the 5th, 4th. I might not stay yet. I might have to get a bit more movement on 1, 2, and 3. Spot. Little nudges. 2. A bit more movement than on the 3. Let's go back on. 1, not yet. 2, and 1, 3. Holding your tension. Sometimes you have to take a little bit of tension off. They just don't like sticking up, these levers down. So we're going to go slowly, little nudges. A little movement then. So solid. We're getting solid now towards the front. Let's dip down. Get to the back, find the back wall, not that one, move forward a little bit. Make sure you're on 5th. 4th is quite tight. So I'm going to get a little nudge. Might have to ease off my tension a bit, but I don't want to lose the first 3. Drop back. Anything I want. And there she goes. And that's how you open a Squier Defiant. Right, Chubb Cruiser. It's a bit sticky, this one. 5 levers, got false notches in. It's got an offset keyway, as you can see. The key is slightly offset, and that's a particular bidding of the key that we're dealing with. It's 5 levers, say false notches, and we've got one right sitting low. So we need a fairly long wire for some of those high lifts we've got in there. But I've got to try and avoid that one there. And we'll see if we can find him first. Now, if you haven't got the key, you're not going to know this, but you can find out by feeling about. So we've got the wire in. We're all locked up. So if a wire's flat, so if my wire's in that position there, I'll show you what happens. So we're in a flat position. See where my finger is there. See how it stops. Right, but if I dip, now you need to get the whole, that gap there, the whole width of that case to make sure you're getting all 5 levers. So when it's straight now, dip, I can wiggle just underneath it. And I've got to be careful of that particular lever that I don't catch it. Okay, so real light tension first. Let's try and see if we can find a number 5. Sometimes you feel the back case, and you go tiny little movement forward. No tension at all. I can't feel nothing yet. Tiny little bit more. What have we got here? Tiny bit more. Onto 1. 2. Now I can feel that I've dropped in that false notch. It's solid, right? You know. Now listen. All gone. What I must have caught that as I've come back. I've knocked that one that's sitting right on the curtain. So right on the curtain, right on the key, bottom of the keyway. Sorry. So again, I need to find 5. 5 and 4 are really important to this lock. Move on to 1. Now I'm not putting any more tension on. 2, 1, and I'm open. As you can see, I had to sort of hit that point. Be careful getting your wire out of this particular one as well, because it's going to be tight because it's quite a long wire. I hit that point where that was sitting so low. As soon as I come back, I can nudge it. So what I had to do is get my tension, hold it. So I won't put no more on, I won't take it off, and then lift the front too, and then I could throw it through. Otherwise I'd always hit that false notch there. So let's try and wiggle this thing around a bit. With a bit of faff, I did manage to get the bugger out. It was just stuck slightly too long. It just catches sometimes there. You have to sort of get in there and have a good old wiggle about. Right. She lives another day. Prize draw time. Prize draw time. So guys, you know, you've got this beautiful padlock pick set with the 2 different tips and a real good selection of wires, and that brand new ERA 975 series. So you can have something to play with. So who's going to be the lucky winner? You're all in there. You're all in there. Let's put this somewhere where you can see what I'm doing. Can't see me there. Here we go. Let's have a look. So thank you for all your support in 2020. Much appreciated. Helps me buy all these sort of locks and spend some time picking. And have one lucky winner. So who's it going to be? Whose Christmas are we going to make? We've got one lucky winner here. Let's put this down over here. Who's it going to be? Who is it going to be? Brian Sutton. Brian, congratulations. That's a fantastic prize. And again, all supporters, I do really appreciate your support. I appreciate every time someone puts a comment on there, the thumbs up. It's massive interaction amongst the community, and I can't thank you enough. So everyone, tomorrow, make it the best day you possibly can. It doesn't matter if you've got Bernard Matthews chicken dippers and microwave curly fries. Who knows? It doesn't matter what you've got, but make it the best day you possibly can. So guys, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you all very soon. Ta-da!